What are you saying, people? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Tosin. Arsenal are the Champions League favourites. There, I said it. I said it, man. I said what everyone's thinking, you know. And for many of you who follow my channel, this is not news. I've been talking up Arsenal's chances of winning the Champions League. And I will get to reasons why I think they're Champions League favourites. But first, we got some work to do. We need to talk about Arsenal 3, Inter Milan 1. We need to talk about the fact that we need to talk. We need to talk about the facts. The Rafa facts. I don't have my glasses today, but Black Rafa Benitez coming to you. We need to talk about the facts. The facts are Arsenal went to the San Siro, same place we lost 14 months ago, 1-0, dodgy penalty decision, didn't play well, no purposeful play the last time we came there. And we came back to San Siro against an Inter team. Same Inter, but guess what? We won 3-1. And that's 7 out of 7 wins. 7 straight wins in the Champions League. Not mind you, we've beaten Inter away, Bayern at home, Atletico and Atletico we battered them. Bayern we should have battered them. But all in all, impressive. Impressive, man. This was our 4th consecutive away game in all competitions. Since the Liverpool game, we played, who did we play? We played Portsmouth, we played Chelsea away in the Carabao, we played Forest away, tough game, 17th, should have beaten them. You know my thoughts on that. If you don't, you can check the other video. And then coming to San Siro, you know, and then we got another big one on Sunday, United. I'll talk about that in another video. I want to focus on Inter. I didn't think Inter Milan played bad. I thought they caused us problems. You know, I got hate for saying I thought Thuram is a good player. But he is a good player, you know. I got hate for saying that on AFTV, but he's a good player. Every time, him and Lautaro, they cause problems, man. Their hold-up play, back to goal, their play, as in backing off, their back to goal was phenomenal. Because every time Inter Milan launched the ball to them, they made it stick. They made it stick and they knit the attack together, man. And Inter got into some promising areas. I liked our start. I thought we started off really well. We looked bright, like right from the first 20 seconds. There was pinball in the Inter Milan box. You know, it was a sign of intent. I liked us. And yeah, I was surprised at how open Inter were, given the way we know Inter Milan played, given the way they played against us last season when we played there. But it is what it is. I liked that we attacked a lot centrally. I think a big part of that is Eberechi Eze. I'll get to talking about players in a second, but just quickly on the game, I didn't expect Inter to be that open, but it is what it is. But I liked what I saw from us. I think that's probably Arsenal's best in terms of open play performance. Offensively, it was a similar game to Chelsea in that there was clear opportunities to dominate, but there was some sloppiness on the ball, defensively and whatnot. Like it was strange, but we're here for it. The team still won at the end. They got the result. Arteta got his team selection right. I said before the match, look, hey, make changes. And people were like, oh, well, winning is a habit. I wasn't saying make changes because I was downplaying Inter. I was saying make changes because I believe the team's got enough quality to come here and get a result against an Inter Milan team who, and though they reached the Champions League final, anyone who watches Serie A will tell you they're by far and away the best team in Serie A, but they're not putting teams away they should be in the Serie A, right? Anyway, that's another story. But yeah, I was impressed, man. I thought we've got enough. There's enough depth in this team, and it's interesting because I got asked about the starting lineup, the starting 11 I'd play, and the starting 11 we played was not too dissimilar from what I wanted. Save Saliba playing instead of Gabriel, Zubimendi playing instead of Norgard, and Saka playing instead of Noni Madueke. I think I was nearly there. But yeah, I think Arsenal's got quality in their team. I'll talk about the depth later. But it was a good performance. I mean, you don't go away to Inter Milan. You compare that to Liverpool's performance here when they won 1-0. Jamie penalty and got hammered the whole game. Whereas this was completely different from us. You know, I felt we edged the first half, deserved to go up to go in 2-1. I felt we edged the first half. In the second half, we just took the game away from them. Took the game away from them. I wanted to just quickly talk about some players that really stood out to me. And players where probably the opportunity didn't grab it. Jesus. We got to start with him. Gabi Jesus. Jesus, as they say in the Brazil. Gabi Jesus, wow. He looked sharp, man. And that's the thing. Jesus' performance outside of his goals, that's the normal Jesus performance we get. Industrious, busy, moving place to place, very purposeful with the ball, dribbling, nice, neat link-up play. Jesus has always got that. But I liked the instinctive finishes today. Like the first goal, that's a striker's finish. I would say both goals were striker's finishes, poacher's finishes. And let's be honest, Arteta probably started him today with the aim to rest Gyökeres. He started him today with the aim to rest Gyökeres for the United game, right? I'll do a video and start who I think Arteta will start against United. But Jesus has now given Arteta a selection headache because you go away to a good team, Champions League San Siro, and you score 2 goals. You're only 1 goal off a hat-trick and you have a good performance. I mean, and you look sharp, you look fit, you look hungry and determined. I mean, I can't imagine Arteta needs any more incentive to start him against United. So I thought he was Arsenal's man of the match. I thought he had a great game. A couple more players that I want to highlight. Christian Mosquera. That guy. Now, of course, I'll put Saliba in there as well. Saliba, he's just immense. It's so interesting. It's because Gabriel gets the goals, but Saliba is so imperious at the back. That is a world-class centre-back. The guy is so good. So good. And obviously, you look at Mosquera's performance levels today in comparison to when he played alongside Hincapié, right, against Chelsea away when we drew 1-1. That performance was a bit shaky, but today he looked aggressive, composed. Like I liked watching the battle between him and Thuram, but what a player. I think Mosquera might be bargain of the season, you know. Bargain of the season. 13 million we got him. Is he Arsenal's Is he just the bargain buy of the season for any Premier League club? 13 million we got this guy. Young, aggressive, strong, front-footed, good progressive passing. Wow, what a player. What a player. Valencia must be ticked that we got him for 13 million. He had a great game alongside Saliba. They had a good game. I think Lewis Kelly looked a bit shaky at times, but grew into the game. Zubimendi looked good. I didn't like what I saw for that. Inter equalizer though. I felt like we were slow. Eze as well. Eze, he had moments. I felt a lot of what we did at the start that was bright and positive came through him. And even the goal, it comes from him trying to attack centrally. And that's the thing with Eze is I thought about it. I said yesterday I think he had an average game, right? But that's the thing about Eze. It's these moments, man, because the first 10 to 15 minutes, he was a big part of what we were doing well. Attacking through the middle. Nice, instinctive, purposeful passing. You know, and I think that's what Eze brings to the team. It's just annoying that you kind of want to see more of that. And I think he's very similar to Ozil in that because of like his playing style is so, not lethargic, but very languid, very, very like gazelle-like and floaty. Like when he loses the ball, which he did on at least 2-3 occasions, he looks kind of lazy with it. Even though I know he's not lazy. So I don't think Arteta would have liked that. There were at least 2 turnovers where the team counted on us in the first half. We lose it from Eze. And Eze was the person initially picking up Susic, who scores the equalizer. So I think there's things to work on. You can see if Eze, it's a hard one for him because obviously he goes off and he looked disappointed going off. And the thing is, he went off just at a time where I felt he was kind of warming up in that second half because he started the first half well, then he faded. Then second half, I felt like he got that left foot shot, got in a good area. He should have smashed it. I think if he scores that, he probably doesn't get subbed, and maybe a Marino gets subbed. But you know Arteta with his favourites. You know, like he's never going to sub off Marino. He's never going to sub off Zubimendi unless it's a big issue. So Eze was always going to be the casualty of those big gaps in midfield. I thought he had his moments. I think he just needs to do a bit more. You can still see he's a player adapting to the way the coach wants him to play. But for me, I want to see a bit more from him offensively. I liked what I saw that first 5 minutes. I want to see more of that from Eze. I feel like I still think he's a guy that's trying to assert himself in this team and show his personality in this Arsenal team. He's not shown it yet. I think he will. I back him too. I think he's a quality player and he's got a good mentality. I just think, he's in a spot right now where when he's given the opportunities, he's not doing enough to see. He's not doing what Jesus did, basically. He's not doing enough to show the gaffer, okay, cool, you need to start me instead of Erdegaard, which we all hoped would be the case. We hoped that it would be a thing where, Erdegaard is looking over his shoulder thinking, man, I got to be careful. But Eze's not done that yet. I still back him too, and I think he will play a massive, massive part in the running towards the end of the season because the guy's a quality player, and you saw glimpses of it today. The only thing I didn't like from the game was that midfield. I think the midfield was just, the balance was a bit all over the place. We had big gaps, huge gaps in the midfield. And it was similar to the Aston Villa game, where there was no Declan Rice. And I think it shows how important Declan Rice is in terms of covering these spaces and his athleticism. But also shows Mikel Merino, who, for me, he's a good player, but in midfield, I'm not convinced. He has to probably be... It has to be a thing where maybe he plays as the advanced 8 behind a Rice and behind a Zubimendi. But because he's got decent... He can unpick a defense if he wanted to. Like the guy, he's got that type of pass in his locker. We saw it for the assist with Trossard. We saw it for the assist with Saka. Against Real Madrid away last season. We saw it for his assist against we saw it in the Aries goal against Brighton at home in the Carabao Cup. Like Marino's got that in his locker. It's just that midfield positionally. For me, he doesn't stay where you kind of need him to be, and there's always big gaps. So I didn't like that, and Inter exploited that in the first half. But I think. Going on to where now Arteta, I think Arteta got his team selection and his decisions. He actually got it right. I mean, I was disappointed to see Eze go off. I thought he was going to maybe take off Zubimendi because he looked a bit leggy a bit. I thought he'd bring on like a no guard, keep on Marino, keep on Eze. But, I mean, at first I was saying, why are you bringing on Rice? But look, I think us bringing on our subs, the way we did, Gabriel, White, Rice, Gyökeres, Martinelli. We took the game away from Inter. It's like, and Chivu, even the Inter's manager even said it after the game, like, our depth, we took that game away from Inter, man. Like, it looked kind of even. Maybe, it looked even, right, for a while. But, boy, we took that game away from them. And that's what leads me on to discussing, Arsenal are Champions League favourites. Akanji made these comments. Oh, yeah, I don't think they're the best team in Europe. I think it's Bayern. He's fair. He's fair enough. People are entitled to their opinion. Well, I don't think I highly doubt he's going to have that opinion this morning. I highly doubt that. But he's right to have his opinion. He was part of the City team that won the treble, pipped Arsenal back-to-back seasons. Fair enough. If he doesn't rate us, that's on him, innit? But it can't stop us doing what we need to do. I think this team are Champions League favourites. Number one, I think the Champions League suits us. I've been saying this since the 23-24 season. Even that season, I felt like we could win it. Because the way we were playing, we've always aced the group stages. Since we've got back in this competition, we're near flawless in these group stages, right? We moved to teams. And 23-24 season, I was really disappointed that we got knocked out to a Bayern team that I didn't think were that good, and we moved to them. We just very, very sloppy. We let the occasion get to us, and we leave our ground with no advantage going to the Allianz Arena, and we deservedly lost, right? And then next year we go one better, despite being decimated with injuries, despite Kivior starting home and away against Real Madrid, despite Marino starting as striker home and away against Real Madrid. We still, we pulverized Real Madrid, and PSG, okay, they outclassed us, but again, even that game, you're thinking, man, if Partey was fit, if our defense was there, if our full defense was there, what could have been? So 23-24 quarters, 24-25 semis. I'm not a fool for thinking that in 25-26, Arsenal can reach the final and even win it with an even stronger squad and the strength and depth. Going back to the point I was making, I've seen us this season take games away from teams, right? You saw it against Bayern at home. We just I don't know we just put our foot on their necks in the second half. You know, we've got so much options available to bring on and to really kill and hurt teams. And you're thinking, well, other teams have got good teams. Yeah, but I think Arsenal's strength and depth is different this season. You know, I think you compare it to Inter. Inter had Çalhanoğlu, Mkhitaryan and Dumfries missing, and you felt it. They felt it. We had no Ødegaard. We had no Gabriel. We had no Rice at the start. And yeah, probably Rice, we probably felt it in midfield in terms of the balance. But I think that could have been fixed even without Rice if you play a Norgard. And if you play maybe Norgard and Zubimendi, or Norgard, Zubimendi and Merino, Norgard, Merino and Eze. I think someone just to be there, but it is what it is. But Arsenal had 4 guys who would ordinarily start, not starting. Obviously Ben White as well, who started the past 2 games as a right back. None of those players were playing. Gyökeres wasn't playing as well, who's been our starting striker, and the team didn't really skip a beat. So, boy, like, it would take a crazy man to bet against this Arsenal team, not actually move into teams. And people are going to say, oh, it's group stages, nothing's won in group stages. It's true. You know, it's a different game once the pressure is on. It's a completely different game because I've seen us beat PSG. I saw us beat PSG in the group stages last season, but guess what? In the semi-final, the pressure is different. But I think this team, we've got enough tools where we get it wrong, we can kind of rectify that with the options we got on the bench. So I think Arsenal are Champions League favourites. Maybe some may say, oh, that's biased, this typical Arsenal fan. You're entitled to your own opinion, but I can't see. I'm looking at the Champions League and I'm looking at the teams. I don't see anyone Arsenal can't beat over 2 legs. So yeah. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about the performance against Inter. Let me know what you think about the different player performances. Let me know what you think about Arsenal's favourites. Oh, I forgot to mention Bukayo Saka. He had a weird game because he caused Inter problems throughout, but at the same time, he should have left there with a goal or assist. For me, maybe this is a thing. Maybe it's I have too high standards of Saka, but I don't think they're too high. For me, I rate Saka. I think he's a world-class player. I literally do. I've seen this guy every season. And I'd probably say this is the first season probably since... Honestly, this is the first season since 22-23 where Saka has not been... his level has not been at the world-class level that he usually is at, right? So, and I get that. The injuries, they've taken their toll on him and he's still trying to find his way. But it was one of those games where he caused problems. Whether we like it or not, he caused them problems with his running. They couldn't get near him, basically. And his set-piece delivery is always on point. I just felt that chance when he gets slipped in by... who slips him in? Is it Jesus or Trossard? Someone slips him in, and he should bury that. He should absolutely bury that. A confident Saka slaps. I've seen Saka in that position so many times. Why does he take extra touches? That's a sign of a guy that's not as confident as he should be. So I think he just needs a goal. And he should have, and that chance where in the first half where the goal is gaping, I wasn't even mad at him taking the shot, even though there were others open, because the goal was gaping. We've seen Saka bury that against many a team. He just needs, we just need that Saka back, and I don't know what it's gonna take, but I think, yeah, like against Nottingham Forest, he wasn't amazing, but he was Arsenal's best player. And I think here against Inter, he wasn't amazing, but he was a threat throughout the game. So anyways, let me know what you think about Saka. I think he's been getting some unfair criticism by fans who are ungrateful, but that's just my personal opinion. Let me know what you think, guys. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment as well, and I'll make sure to get back to you. All the best. Take care.